You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different? Man, you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get it. It's impossible, it's not probable, you're irresponsible. Too many obstacles, you gotta stop it, yo. You gotta take it slow, you can't be a pro. Don't waste your time no more. Who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? I don't give a damn if you say you disapprove. I'm gonna make my move, I'm gonna make it soon. And I'll do it cause it's what I wanna fucking do. Cause all these opinions and all these positions, they come in millions. They blocking your vision, but no, you can't listen.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Tap In. We are OneOOne. I'm your host, Andy Danchuk, and I'm here with my co-hosts and business partners. Whoa.
Ooh,
Whoa.
Yeah, a little sloppy on that one, boy.
A little sloppy on the end. What up, boys? Sean, James.
What up?
What up?
It's a good day. It's a nice rainy day. I love rainy days.
Beautiful rainy day.
It's another beautiful day,
Who the
right?
fuck ever says it's a beautiful rainy day?
Us.
Me.
No, but
James,
dude, I do.
Andy.
I love rainy days. It is your responsibility to tap into information that's going to benefit you in your life. This podcast will hopefully expand your thinking so that you can finally take control. All right, boys, we got a fun one today. We're going to talk about a topic.
No, you don't say.
Because this is a podcast.
Talk?
We do that.
Where we inform you information to help you learn.
To help us learn.
A process to thinking that will actually benefit you and your life. And we aren't telling you what to think. We want you to think exactly what you want to think. And how do you guys feel about that?
I don't know yet.
I'm deciphering your message as you go on.
Oh, you're trying to decode it?
Yeah.
Why? You don't understand?
The decode.
You don't understand?
I don't know.
Yes, you do. But today we're going to talk about, do you know how much you don't know?
A lot? The answer's a lot.
We don't know a lot.
But do you think about that often?
Well, it kind of comes down to, like, if we're in a specific situation where I need to have my mind open and understand that even if I think I understand something a lot, that there's other ways to, like, say, get the job done or approach it where I need to be open to it because it might be better than what I'm thinking. So that comes into taking action.
Yeah.
The action step of what we're talking about right now is always kind of view something with an open mind, because what your technique or your way of doing something might suit you to the best of ability that it has so far, but if you open up your mind, you might find a better way to do something, and a quicker way, a cleaner way, whatever it may be. But if you're stuck in your own habits and your own ways,
Thinking you know what you know.
Yeah, thinking you know everything and that
it's the best way to benefit
exactly, then you're always going to be stuck there and you're never going to get any better.
You're limiting yourself.
Yeah, you're limiting because
Dude,
there's so many
is-
possibilities that you just need to realize that there's shit out there that you don't understand. Even if it's something you put your whole life into, you still don't understand it fully.
There's
so you need to have an open
techniques
mind.
and practices and ways and
it doesn't even have to come from something in that specific field that you're you're working on, talking about, whatever it be. Something from the outside
could
say
still
that,
benefit you in another field.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Say, just for example, because we've talked about it a lot, like something from nature can show you how to do something in some
Daily life.
Yeah, daily
Yeah.
life, whatever you're focusing on at
Successful
that time. You can
daily
see
life.
an example
Yes.
from nature that does it, where if you didn't have an open mind, you wouldn't have picked up on that thing. So if someone's trying to come at you with, hey, we could do this way,
Yeah.
but you're like, no, fuck you, like, I've done this 20 plus years, I know what I'm doing, well, then you just shut down the ability to get better at what you're doing. You're going to stay exactly where
And
you
you're
are.
stuck in a process that you've been practicing for 20-something years, and you never even asked yourself if you were practicing that practice the right way. You ever heard the saying, practice makes perfect? Yeah, everybody has. No, perfect practice makes perfect. How do you know if you're doing something perfect if your mind is closed and you aren't allowing yourself to learn new and different ways of attacking that task?
And I think this comes down to all aspects of life, pretty much.
Literally all.
All, not not
like
just even
business,
with work or anything like
life,
that. Like everything.
relationship.
Because the optimism is what really gets you through. It's like the belief in that there's not just one way things can happen. There's multiple ways, but everyone believes like, oh, I can do this, this, and this based off of what I own or what I have, but like the possibilities, like you just got to work a little harder, and you can see that there's more than just immediately what you come up with.
Yeah, but how do you believe in seeing the invisible?
You have to believe.
It's the hardest thing to do, bro.
Yeah, I mean, believing is hard.
It's the hardest thing to do. But it's a beautiful thing to do when you are able to achieve believing in the invisible. Then you can see anything.
Right, and you can see anything, and you don't even have to know how you're going to get it.
Yeah.
It's just
But
one of those things.
that comes from the question, do you know how much you don't know?
You have to understand that first to be able to get to that point.
Yeah, but there's so many different ways to understand that. Like this is a deep one. Like
Yeah, we got to find like a starting point and go from there, because you tie that into so much. So,
and that's why we have to find a way to.
I kind of do. We just brought this up at breakfast and before. Like this comes down to being able to self-evaluate yourself. You need to understand that It's I don't even know how to get
That you might not be practicing the perfect practice.
Yeah, but like when you're going back to the whole 20 years of doing something, you think you got it down, but how much have you honestly progressed in those 20 years? You might have fine-tuned what you're already doing, but did you take massive strides forward in like in your ability to get stuff done faster? Like how much like obviously if you fine-tune in 20 years, you're gonna get really good at what you're doing.
Yeah,
Obviously, because you're practicing it day in, day out. But how much, like, did you really change your entire process to make it more, I can't even think of the word right now, like quicker, like more not just quicker, but just altogether better? Like
proficient.
Yeah, I guess proficient would be the word that I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Like, did
Just-
you really make
just
huge strides
successfully doing the task in a timely
fashion, in a
fashion,
cleaner fashion,
in a
better
clean
fashion,
way,
like
yeah.
just completely change the whole
just
process.
becoming the best. That's
Yeah.
like that going bring this back to the basics.
Yeah.
Like the unconscious competence. The better you get at it, the more proficient you get at it, the better the outcome is like all in all, everything's getting better.
Yeah.
So you're now.
Yeah, so did you in those 20 years just get better at the same old thing you're doing and be able to do it a little bit quicker because it became second nature to you of what you're doing? Or did you really dig in deep into your process
And become the best that you could be?
Change things and keep an open mind of like, okay, maybe I could do this instead of this and get this result quicker or this result better, cleaner, whatever the fuck you're doing.
Which then gives you more time to do
Yeah.
other things, which then gives you more
Exactly,
confidence in other things, which then...
Yeah, so just because you've been doing something your whole
Yeah.
life, don't be like, oh, fuck, I can't learn. Not that you can't learn, but I'm the best at this because I've been doing it so long and nobody can tell me nothing. Like, bro, you can learn something that can help whatever you're doing from somebody off the street that doesn't even know what the fuck you do, but just by the way they say something or approach something, you could take from that and be like, oh, fuck, I could use that for my own shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I think it's like that self-evaluation thing is important because it's like just because you can do something and you do it well and that it works well doesn't mean it's the best or the quickest way to do it. Like the possibility that there's a faster or better way to do something is 100%
Dude, there is
there.
always room to improve. You're not perfect.
Right, but the thing is people get stuck on the thing that has worked and then has worked for them. So like they get to the point
They
that
feel
that
like
thing
they
has
can't
worked
change.
so well
Yeah.
and like, oh, this is working so well that they stop looking for that next level.
Well, then
and they get like kind of comfortable, you know what I mean?
Go into your point about A to B, B to C.
Right, and that's been like, for me, it's been learning how to understand my changes. So when I'm actually doing well and I'm reading my books and on top of it and, you know, my attitude's right, I feel like I'm skyrocketing. And then I get to a point where I'm changing so fast and my mental state is changing so fast that things that I was using to get to that point aren't really serving me to get to the next point. So I have to really like get on top of my shit and tune in with myself. Like, if I'm taking 5 minutes too long, just make sure that I really chop that, you know, that 5 minutes. Because that 5 minutes used to be 20 minutes. That 20 minutes used to be like 35 minutes just spent doing nothing. Now I'm down to 5. And then I get to the point where I have to take that 5 and make it 0 if I want to go from B to Z or B to C. You know what I mean? So then when I'm able, and those days are weird. Like I have a weird day, or I'm not quite thinking properly, or I'm off, and I'm questioning like what's going on. Like I'm not understanding, and it's because the things I'm doing only are serving me so much to keep me level, but I'm not getting that next.
You're in your new comfort
right,
zone.
I'm in the new
but
comfort
your new
zone.
comfort zone holds you at a certain level.
Right, it holds me at a certain
and
energy.
You need that now get out of your comfort zone
Right.
again to then push yourself to that next level.
Right, and then I can get to that next level by cutting that 5 minutes to 0 minutes.
Yes.
Now I've
Good shit.
brushed my teeth. I've
Good
read
shit.
my affirmations. I've done that stuff without feeling like I'm a couple minutes late
shit.
or anything.
Yeah.
And now I'm on top of it.
Yeah.
Now I feel better, and my goal is to feel good. But when
Yep.
you know what I mean, I have to really. But I can see the waves, you know what I mean?
You can see the
constantly
progress.
going up, and then I'm getting a little stagnant, and then
Yeah.
constantly shooting up, and then getting a little stagnant.
But now what else is happening? Your success period is longer lasting.
Right, my success period is longer. Like I can see that and also my down period is shorter.
Is shorter.
It's not as long
Because
I'm
consciously-
evaluating
you're
myself.
going
I'm seeing
through
what's
the,
going
the
on.
levels of consciousness.
Right, and I'm
understanding
getting back to
it.
where
Yes.
I'm supposed to
Yes.
be and understanding. All right,
Which
where do I
all
lack?
derives from those basics, right?
Right.
And it's just, dude, it's such a beautiful thing.
It
It
is.
really is such a simple process.
And the thing is, I really don't know how,
You're never gonna know.
but I just understand that if I do certain things and I just work, that I'll figure it out. Like a lot
what does
of
that
it's-
bring us?
Right, you
that's
don't
our
know what
fucking
you
question.
don't know.
You
Like
don't
how
know
much
what
do
you don't know.
Right, it's
how much do we not know?
because you have to understand that like the universe works in ways which like you can't control, so it's gonna bring people and events into your
No,
life.
the universe is smarter than you. The universe knows what's best for you.
Right,
You don't
things you
yet.
can't control at all.
You can't see your perfect life. It can. It knows exactly how to make you the happiest you could possibly fucking be, bro. It made you, bro. You know?
Crazy. It's awesome.
So trust it. Just have faith. That's where faith comes. But I want to tie in one point that I got from Dr. David R. Hawking's book, Letting Go. It was one of the first books that I ever read, kind of getting into this journey of feelings, emotions, the mind, and understanding it a little deeper than I ever had, and their effects. And because I came to a point in my life where I really just I felt the need to inform myself, and there's enough generations before me that has dealt with this, that has studied this stuff. The information's out there. I know it is. It's up to me to go find it, go get it, go search for it, and learn it if I want to learn it and use it to my advantage. And the one thing he says is you are a mind, not a body. We look at our bodies so much through mirrors. We look at who we are, what we are, so much, right? We're so fixed on the body itself, thinking that that is who we are. But that is not the case. When you truly understand what he's saying, you are a mind, not a body. It doesn't matter what this body looks like right now, in 10 years from now, and in the past 5 years ago. It doesn't matter. And we relate so much of our lives and how we think and what affects us and kind of holds us back to our bodies and our abilities, but it all comes through our bodies. But if we know we are a mind and not our body, and that our mind cannot be tamed by anyone but us, you then realize how much control you truly have to create in this space that we are, in this creative process that we live in, the world. And it frees you when you can do that. Like when you talk to yourself, you're talking to your mind, and your mind is whatever the fuck you want to see. This follows. The vessel of the body follows. Like what you are follows what's in here.
Well, yeah, that's what's kind of crazy is you see most people, and I mean, I've been in the same boat, I'm sure all three of us have, is where we think like, all right, I say we have a poor self-image where we're like, I need to lose some weight or I need to get bigger or whatever.
Yes.
And then I'll have a more positive mindset. So we're trying to think that our outside is what fuels our inside, but really it's our inside that fuels our outside. You will never get to that better body if you are thinking negatively about your outside body. You'll never. If you think you're fat,
you have to fucking love yourself.
If you're thinking you're fat and you don't see any positive in it,
in your mind.
You're gonna stay fat because that's what you're feeding into the universe. That's what you're telling yourself. So your self-image. Your self-image, your self-conscious, that is who you are. And until you change that, you're not changing anything on the outside. You're not changing the way your relationships with other people till you change the person inside. You're not changing your body, your physique, your body fat percentage, any of that.
How you think about it. How you think about the relationship. How you think about your body.
View yourself
in these situations. It's the dominating thoughts that are controlling a certain process of thoughts that create your outcome. So when you I see it in all, and this is this is what I find kind of funny, because I know, I think I know that I have I think I know that I have control over something, but I know I don't. Like, there's certain situations in my life that I've been thinking the same way about those situations for so long. And I realize it, but I've been doing it for so long. I struggle with thinking the other thoughts.
Reinventing
because they just feel so fucking dirty and wrong when I try and think them, when I implement them consciously. But I know it's part of the process. It feels fucking dirty, gritty, nasty, fucked up when I think the other way about it. And because it just feels so wrong to do it, because I've been doing it wrong for so long, that it's just it's fucking sickening. And I hate that it feels wrong because I know it's going to serve me, but it's just part of the fucking process. And this is why it's like a hard process. It's sick, bro.
Well, just going back to when you guys were just talking about prior about how you guys really self-evaluate things. So me and Andy were talking about this morning. It's been more on my mind. We didn't really get deep into it, but it was something that crossed my mind as we're talking about it. And then when James just brought up really digging deep and self-evaluating, procedures and thoughts that you've had when you're trying to change yourself. And every time you say you plateau, you got to actually dig deep and be like, okay, what can I change here? Why am I feeling this way? What needs to happen? And that's something I haven't done yet, but that goes to show you the difference in between what you think you know and what you don't know. We're doing all the same techniques, right? We're all on the same shit. We all talk to each other. We're all doing stuff. You guys are taking it to the next level that I haven't yet got to, where you guys are breaking it down into deeper. You're asking yourself these questions where I'm like, fuck, I haven't even thought of doing that yet. I've thought about it, but I haven't made it happen. So we can all be doing the same shit, but because you guys are doing one step differently, you are able to progress a lot faster in certain areas than I am, where I have to start breaking down and I have to get used to doing it, because right now it feels wrong. I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense to me. So I go to do it. I'm like I don't understand how to do this. It's not working, blah, 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 but I got to consistently do it.
And then let me tie in one more thing real quick while you're on that, back to the basics and the true stories of the basics. That's the recipe when baking a cake.
Right.
The love.
So, dude, but how crazy is that? See, this conversation is hard because it's so deep that I don't know how to get this message through them. I don't know how to. We understand something a certain way, and I know how we're thinking about it, but how do I put it correctly for them to understand us? Because it's very hard to simplify this information. This information is very deep. Maybe we did this podcast a little too early, but I'm glad we're doing it, because I think that some way, somehow, this is gonna fucking create a chemical reaction in your brain that helps you think differently.
I think what it is just that you don't know what you don't know, and you always think you do, which makes you bring a negative result, and the possibilities are endless. Anything can happen, and it's for you to put the stigma on yourself that I don't have enough money, or I don't have this, or I don't have that, right? It's that's not your life. That's not yours. It's not you. It's not for you. It doesn't serve you. You have your own you. You have your own you need to just trust that. And I think that society puts out a lot of pressure on people, and people take on things that is maybe not them, which is hard for them to find themselves. And you know what I mean?
That's
and,
what it is.
But understanding
Bro,
that
say that again.
that society puts a lot of pressure of things on people that puts them in positions to take on things they don't necessarily like, or that might not be interested, that don't serve them.
Yeah, just keep it sweet. Say it one more time.
Things that, society puts pressure on people to take on things that don't serve them.
Beautiful.
Simple.
That's it. Beautiful. Think about that. Because people don't realize.
Well, here's the thing.
By giving your control to something else, by allowing yourself to be influenced a certain way because of the beliefs of somebody else.
And when it comes down to it,
say it.
What you think are facts aren't really facts at all. They're just people's opinions. So it's like,
dude, yes.
This is a revolving circle because it comes back full circle.
Facts. I fucking knew you were going to say that too. And I was like, motherfucker, say it. I wanted to hear it so bad. Shawnee, you heard that, right?
Because it's just like...
Because that's all... Dude, it all goes back to the basic...
But it's hard because
shit.
People
really
believe
does.
in people. People trust people. People want to believe what people have to say. But other people aren't always thinking in that person's best interest. So if you're fully taking like what other people think is good for you or think should be good or you should do this or do that, and you believe them, you love them, you really believe what they have to say, it affects you because you're like, all right, like
you're giving your control
this person's
away.
opinion is this person's is fact.
Right there, you are giving your control away.
When it's not. So like my brain used to do that. Let me break it down real simple. Growing up, I'm only into Volkswagens because the people I were around were like, fuck Hondas, fuck Nissans.
It's true.
It's only it's true. It's only like Volkswagens are the shit.
And
like, and I bought into it to the point where I went through like 10 because like the people I was around, I believed, like I trusted them, like, and their opinion became fact.
That is a crazy
so
way to
because I
relate it.
believed in them, and like, because if someone you don't believe in tells you something like fuck you, I don't give a fuck, you know what I mean?
Dude,
but if someone you believe in
relate.
tells you something, you believe what they say, so their opinion becomes fact. But if you don't believe them, their opinion is just their opinion to you. So and that's how you can actually, you know what I mean?
That's how you cultivate your beliefs.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's hard to decipher things that you might not like because the people you're around are so strong in their things and you believe in so strong on them that you take on that also
and
strong emotions.
And
it puts pressure on you, and then you're wondering what's going on. Dude, and now I finally just got into the Porsche. Like, you guys...
The foreign!
You guys have the Nissans, but over the last 4 years, you know how bad I wanted to go rear-wheel drive? Like, figuring out how bad I'm like... Man, I don't need to be in Volkswagen forever. Like, why am I doing this to myself?
Still a German, bro.
I'm still, but the thing is, it's like I'm not front wheel drive. It's not a fucking Volkswagen.
Dude, badass coupe.
It's a
chassis,
coupe. It's rear wheel drive. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm getting away. Like, like if it wasn't the fucking Porsche, it would have been something else, not Volkswagen. Like, because I was getting to the point where like when my Volkswagen broke and I'm done dealing with it, and I don't want to dump more money into that project specifically. I'd rather dump it into something else that I love, that I can do something different. Like how long did that take? 10 plus. I've literally had my license for 15 years, right? And it took 15 years for me to understand that I didn't need to drive a Volkswagen. Like, I
just love how this is the story that you related to. That's funny as hell. Like, it's just deep as hell. And James just was like, yo, and it hits. It works perfect.
Because I don't know how else to, because it started
a very
young.
Simple, like real life way to explain it. I think a lot of people will understand that, and they can use that, what you just said, to understand the deeper shit that we were saying before a little bit better. If you go back and rewind, you can probably re-listen to the deeper shit after listening to the story, and then the deeper shit's gonna benefit you a little bit more.
Right.
So and I wish we could fucking flip-flop these, but you're hearing it now if you fucking want to actually help yourself.
It's okay. But, you know, the same thing for BMX, but, like, when I started BMX, I actually liked that.
It's okay, he says.
I actually like that.
It's okay. Yeah, that's amazing.
It's okay.
But I mean, yeah, you could still look at it the same way as people that are listening to this right now. Listen to it with an open mind instead of listening to like you're hearing the things we're saying you've never heard it before, and people have said like if you've heard.
I'm not. Yeah.
So
not,
if you like change the way you're thinking, like right now, you don't know what you don't know. So we're offering you something in a different viewpoint that you've most likely never thought about before, or even if you have, people told you were crazy for it. But we're telling you,
probably definitely did.
But we're telling you this is how we think, and like we're some happy motherfuckers. And literally 6 months ago, we were not happy motherfuckers. So like we're living the lives we want to live, and we're on our way to doing the shit we want to do, and we're enjoying life now. At this, where at least for myself, I can 100% say, prior to these past 6 months, I was a stressed out, angry motherfucker, dude. Like all the time. It's
just so easy to do it. So it's hard to bring yourself out of it.
So now, just like for like the outside people that are listening to this right now, just listen to it with an open mind. Like you can break it down into something as simple as what James just said, as long as you have an open mind to it. So take what we're saying, open up your mind, and realize like you don't know everything. So if this is something that interests you, start looking more into it. Look into more of the stuff we talk about.
Everybody should be interested in living a better life.
Oh, 100%. But they've been told no, that's not how it works for so long.
It's crazy.
Because they're listening to other people's opinions that they thought were facts, but they're not fucking facts.
Yeah.
And I think it's important what you said. Like, I didn't know that I would even like rear-wheel drive. I was just so like I didn't know I would like something else because I was so focused on what I like. This is what I like blah, blah,
this
blah,
is
blah.
Me.
In my
this
opinion,
is my
like,
shit.
My mind wasn't open, so it's important, like, when you say that, Sean, like, you don't know. Like, if I would have just been more open-minded, who knows what I could have been in the last 10
Dude, you're constantly evolving. You're constantly changing.
Yeah, like drifting, bro. I used to think drifting was kind of like fucking stupid because it wasn't racing. Right. You weren't trying to beat the dude in front of you. You were trying. It's a score. It's like a points-based system.
Yeah.
Now I fucking love it because I could just fucking see how like aggressive you can get being the follower, or like the shit you can do when you're the lead car. Like, it's a different type of racing that prior to me getting into it and knowing Andy, knowing James, shit that led
You're
me
not just trying to blow somebody away.
Yeah, I'm not trying to just race somebody. I'm trying to like beat them through technique.
You're trying to hit your marks.
Dude, it's like fucking. I feel like I'm playing Battlefield, bro. Like I'm gonna fucking brake check your ass. I'm gonna get deep down that throttle, and you gotta be knowing.
You're gonna go through a section a way that you've never gone through a section before, just to hit your points, but in a way that it's like the fastest line that you see.
But I grew up, dude. Racing's fucking racing. Like I even grew up dragged racing's fucking stupid because it's a straight line. Only pussies drive in a straight line. Like this is the shit I grew up in. Yeah. And now, which is cool. Like I grew
drag
up.
Racing's lit.
Yeah, but it's dope because now like I've opened up my mind and I started looking at things differently. Like drag racing to me is sick as fuck because when I pull in a car and I feel that weight transfer and you're just like,
and you're back,
bro. I'm just like I fucking love that feeling. So now drag racing to me is lit. Yeah. Drifting to me is fucking amazing. I can't wait. Or I'm excited to start getting into that shit. Like super excited. And I just gotta be patient for that. But these are all things.
It's gonna be so fun.
It's just things that like we all grew up a little bit differently, and like I grew up in an American muscle family, but I was never solely to that. I always had my own. I always had my own opinion with that. I've always loved a bunch of cars. Yo, fuck you. But yeah, I just my viewpoints changed as like I had more outside stimulus. I had more opinions where I realized like, oh, there is a lot more ways to
when you realize, oh, maybe I just don't know enough about these things
to like it or enjoy it and whatever. But
or
now,
to see that they do serve me. They are awesome. They are cool, you know? And that's what we're talking about. Mm-hmm. Every aspect of life.
Every aspect.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
And it's fucking deep as shit. I like that we were going real deep before, and then I like that it lightened up a little bit. Because you got to kind of tie it all in. But, it's just a beautiful, beautiful thing to realize
that you're in control.
That you are in control and you have so much more to learn. And it's like fun. That was like the best. Relate this back to being a kid. That was like the best process of being a kid, not knowing, getting to experience, getting to see. because
bro.
it allowed your vision to expand.
Dude, kind of think about that, bro.
When you were a kid,
you
just lit up. You just lit up. I knew I would get him.
When you were a kid, bro, every time something new would come into, you got fucking amped. You were excited to do some shit.
You were locked in. You were focused. You were studying it. You were
you
like,
were amped.
this is something that I'm interested in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No matter if you've never seen it, if your parents, if you're young, like fucking 3 years old, just talking shit, like your parents say, yo, we're gonna go do this. You don't know what the fuck you're about to go do, but you're amped as fuck that we're about to go do something. Nowadays, bro, now that we're older, not nowadays,
you're
but
like
now
scared.
we're older, we're like, someone says, yo, let's go do this, something you've never done before. You're like, oh, dude, I don't think I really want to do that. Why, motherfucker?
Yo.
You should have an open ass mind. Be like, fuck yeah, I've never done that before. Let's go have some fun. Like, I don't know what the fuck's gonna come of this night, but I'm sure it's gonna be great. Like, that's how it should be. That's how you should think.
But people don't think like that.
They're like,
anymore.
oh, what do you want to do tonight? I don't know. I don't want to do that. Like, what are you gonna? I'm gonna go to the bar. Like, you go to the bar every weekend. Let's go do something different. I don't know if I want to do that. Like, all right, bro.
But
even there, because like a bar might be something that like people do enjoy, and they might not use it for the wrong reasons, but they're always there. But like, you guys hit me up to go to the bar a couple weeks ago, and I was the same way, where I was like, dude, I don't do that shit. I don't really want to go. But I guarantee, if I would have went, I'm sure I would have had a good time because I'm out with you guys. We would have met some new people. I could have met like fucking the next part of our crew out there. Like, you don't know. I don't know who I would have met, but. See, like, how I just twist it is the bar's not my scene. So, to me, I shut it down usually. I'm like, fuck the bar. Fuck the people that go to the bar. But really, I should have an open mind. Be like, there's a lot of good that can come from there. I can have a good night out every 2 months or whatever.
It's not a habit. So, it's not a bad habit.
Yeah, so if someone fucking invites me out to the bar, instead of shutting down right away because it's something I don't do and I don't necessarily think about enjoyment to, I should be like, fuck it. I don't have nothing.
Every once in a while, go do it and go enjoy it.
Exactly. If someone hits you up, if a friend that you haven't seen in a while hits you up and goes to a bar, if it's not something you do, and as long as like you're on top of your shit, you don't have a bunch of obligations to do tomorrow early or whatever, go out and do it. Or even if you do, just don't spend the whole night out. Just fucking go
at midnight.
Yeah,
You'll still get it
make
done.
it work and fucking
lose
just
2
get
hours of sleep.
Yeah,
like,
get a little uncomfortable and fucking go have a good time.
Exactly. It's cool shit.
Especially with us, like our energy, the mastermind, like. You never know who the fuck we're gonna meet or what the fuck's gonna happen when we're all out together.
Yeah,
the energy's crazy.
Yeah,
and that's the whole thing. Like, it just brings like people and events into your life that like can change it in fucking seconds, literally in seconds. Like, you literally have no idea. When we want to go out, me and Andy plan on going out, like on our minds is not. Well, I mean, I don't know this, but on our minds is not like, all right, like, we're not planning out what we're going to do, who we're going to meet, like, what we're going to, like, so it's like, all right, when something happens, it's like, oh, shit, all right, dope, and, like, that could be something small, but it should still...
I think sometimes I will say that I do try to plan the night in a way in my head. I think, oh my God, who could I meet today? I could meet a guy like this. And I just think of cool possibilities.
Right, of the endless possibilities.
Just to tap into like feel good energy, to try to create some course of action just because I know how much control I truly have using my mind for the right thoughts.
Right. Well,
so I won't say that I don't plan and that I kind of dope. When it happens, I'm kind of like, oh shit, I knew that was going to happen because I kind of pre-planned the night. So I honestly do. I do try to consciously create when I do stuff like that.
I guess I'm trying to explain how like when we go out, our goal is to feel good. And when your goal is to feel good, people and events will happen in your life that may give you that feeling. Yeah. So you have to feel that positivity. So we're not necessarily planning like who we're gonna meet, but we're planning I feel good. This would make me feel good. Like, oh, I could meet this guy who makes me feel good or whatever, or something with the business, and it's like that would be sick. And then when something like that happens, you're like, awesome, this is fucking sick.
But you already expect that. But you already
expect the feeling. But like we're not specifically planning out with people. Like, all right, we're gonna go to the bar and meet Jessica and this, and I'm gonna meet a guy there. And I'm gonna take a random guy. You know what I mean? Like I hear girls play that shit all the time. Like I hear dudes playing that shit all the time. Like, oh, I'm gonna go meet. Yeah, I'm taking them random guys. Like, what's it to you, motherfucker?
I got you. Go out with me. You know what's gonna happen,
bro. But fucking, they're fucking dudes. Like, I'm gonna pick up this 2, 4, 5, 10 chicks tonight.
2, 4, 5, 10 chicks. 2, 4, 5, 10. What? What was that process of thinking? Just 2, 4, 5, 10.
2 times 2 plus 1.
But you know what I mean.
Let me tap into a point that can go a little bit deeper with this while we're on this topic. Might as well. We like to flow. So with the emotions side of it, when you are feeling this process, do you notice, like, when you're thinking about this process, do you notice that your emotions match your thoughts all of the time?
Yeah. All right, so when I'm in alignment and my goal is to feel good, it doesn't matter what time of the day it is. I just feel good, so my thoughts are matching my
But
alignment.
you actually feel good.
But I legitimately, like,
Yeah.
when I know when I'm in that spot because
Yeah.
I wake up and, like, it's just
'Cause you're gaining
euphoric throughout the
control
day,
of
like
your emotions,
yeah, like
which is key
no
to
matter
all of this.
what happens. Like, I've been, like, in the crazy places, and I've literally been, like, right next to accidents, and I'm just sitting there, like, smiling, like,
Bro,
and, like,
yeah.
and then other days I would react completely different because I'm not in alignment, I'm not in that spot, like, so I'm thinking there, I'm like, oh shit, I'm thinking about what's going on. So on the days where I feel it, I'm still learning to understand it, but I know what it feels like. If I know it's hard to explain,
Yeah.
and it's hard to explain in words, but when I wake up one day, I know when it starts,
Yeah.
and then when I wake up
Yeah.
the next day, I know if it's still there or not.
I hear you. I hear you.
And things happen throughout that day that make me feel better, and like the other day, I just was at work and saw some guy, like, I don't know, like, in the middle of New York City that I knew. It's like I'm in the middle of New York City, down by the bowl, in a random ass building, and I saw a guy that I knew. Like, how does that happen? I mean, obviously I made it happen, but
Dude, every time you tell the story, it kind of confuses me.
it's crazy
I don't know why that's so crazy.
because I'm
Like-
in one of the biggest cities in the area, right? On a random street at a random time, going into a random building. Who do you know in New York City? Do you know anyone?
Everybody.
Everybody, Sean says.
Everybody,
But you know
yeah.
what I mean? Like, what I want to say,
Yeah,
what
I
are the
get it.
chances? But it's not
I just-
right. It's just not right to say that because that was for me. That was meant to happen. It was for
Facts,
me.
facts,
But
facts.
it's just, it's like, what are the chances? The
Yeah.
city's huge. That's like one street.
Cool shit.
I met the kid twice. He's like, you don't know what you don't know. You don't like, and it literally, that made my day. That literally made my day. I didn't know that was going to happen. It made my entire day. And then something else could happen. I forget.
Call my bit emoji, bro.
Miss Moji.
Stop ollieing that.
Dude, it's cool as hell.
Yeah, it's just fuck, dude. This topic is tough. This topic has really been a hard one for me
I mean,
because
I think
we nailed it in some spots,
nailed
but
it, but-
this topic was tough because
another story.
what?
James, you want to tell another story?
Because it just goes so deep and it just
I think the biggest thing to take away from it is the things that we're talking about, like the things we've said, the stories we've told. It works in every aspect of life, like whether it's on an intellectual level, whether it's spiritual, whether it's physical, action based, whatever it is, it all works. Where you need to understand that there's so much more to anything that you could be doing that you don't know yet. So don't be a stubborn asshole and think that your way is the best way and you can't learn anymore because you know everything you know and you know more than this person, that person. Like
have your core values and your beliefs that you stand by.
yeah, have beliefs, but your beliefs should be that.
But allow yourself to change and learn in attacking situations in life
you want
differently.
You want to be the best always that you possibly be. So why
you
shut
have
yourself
to be,
off?
You have to be consistently evolving and
growing,
changing and
yeah.
learning, and we're constantly like everything is constantly moving. Look at just the earth. Look at what nature shows us. The way the ocean, the tides, the moon, the sun, the planets, it's all moving in a form of like what's the word I'm looking for? It starts with an S. It's like
Synchronized.
synchronized. Yeah,
Boom.
it's like it's completely synchronized. So you need to be constantly figuring out what you should be doing to move forward and change so that you can continue
Like,
to
life's gonna move forward whether you go with it or not, baby. You want to stay in the same
that's
spot?
what I'm saying.
Like,
You're trying to chase, like when James uses this term alignment, you're trying to stay in alignment the whole time. And because it's constantly changing, you need to be constantly changing to stay in alignment.
Well,
And-
let me tie this back to, like, because this is something I've experienced a lot of bodybuilding where I find one way. So going to a show, I might find one way that works really well for me, this one show, and like everything lines up perfect. I come in my best condition because of this food that I ate, filled me up. But next show could be it could be 3 months from that show, or it could be 3 years from that show. My body might react totally different, so I can't be stuck in one mindset like, yo, this is what worked last time, so I'm going to do the same exact thing this time, and I'm not going to change anything.
You have to say, how can I do this better?
Or I just got to go in with an open mind and be like, yo, this worked last time, so let me go into it. But if something does not work out the way it did last time, I can't be like, fuck no, we're sticking to the plan. This has got to work. It worked last time. Like, no, I got to be able to have an open mind and change on the fly. Like, this didn't serve me. Let me change this real quick. And
you're also in a different place than you were then.
That's what I'm saying. That's
so
what
the same shit doesn't serve you.
Exactly.
That's
so
shit.
That's why this topic's so hard, is because we can go any way, any conversation.
But
can go this way.
It really just derives to the basics.
What's our newest core value, dude? Self-awareness, and that's what you always have to have. You always need to be self-aware. You always gotta, or not self-awareness, self-evaluation. So you always gotta self-evaluate yourself.
Same shit, really. Just self-evaluate where you are.
Yeah, well, so that's what I mean. Self-awareness.
When you understand where you are, you can figure out what serves you.
Exactly. You just got to understand that there is more to. There's always more to grow. There's always more to learn. There's always more to be better at. Like, you just don't think that because you know something, then that's it. That's bottom line. There's no changing you, because then you're just not going to grow. You're not going to go anywhere. You're going to stay where you're at.
Then yeah, you're literally stuck where you're at forever.
And that's why that's one of our newest core values, because it's a very important one to have.
And that's why people live the same lives kind of for a majority of their life.
Well, it's hard to break some of those things.
Because they just get into this comfort zone.
Right. For me, it was just like lacked self-confidence. So I'm just going to hit
lack of rear wheel.
Lack of rear wheel drive car. Lack of self-confidence. I don't know. Like, and this could help anyone. Like, so your thoughts are negative when you think negatively about yourself, and as obvious as that is to say, you don't realize you're doing it. So let's say when I used to have people look at me or something like that, I would think that they would be thinking negatively, specifically girls. I was just never good with them,
and that was your thoughts,
and that was my thoughts, and that created
that event,
negative events that came to me. like if I thought that, and a girl was looking at me in the club, or they were thinking like, yeah, like, oh, look at his shoes, like, it was like, bro, sweaty, right, dancing, like, yo, like the craziest things, like, and it would just hinder me so much. Like, I had zero self-confidence.
You did it.
Yeah,
nobody else did this to you.
I did it to myself.
You thought these people were doing that to you,
right? But I was doing it. How crazy is that? So, you know, we all started working out together, working out in the gym and shit. And, like, obviously there's fucking girls in the gym. And I seen one that was like, all right, like, I need to talk to her. But I didn't know how. Never had the self-confidence to do it. Like, especially in the gym. Like, I'm not going to go to a gym, like, in the middle of the set. Like hi, nice to meet you. Like, what the fuck? Like,
I don't do shit, bro. Yeah. I don't fucking talk to nobody. Everybody
and whore in the gym, bro.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Dude, don't.
He gets them all, baby. So
they want me, but
I know. But so I'm thinking like, you know, I want to be able to talk to her. I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna do it. And for like 3 or 4, like, actually, this went on for a week of me trying to think about like, all right, what the fuck I'm gonna do. Then eventually one night, I just like you don't know what you don't know. I just asked the universe. I was like, just all I want is the confidence and the ability to be able to just have a conversation, right? So I think it was maybe 4 or 5 days later, I go to the gym. I forgot my pre-workout. So I get a pre-workout from the girl at the counter. It was like really fucking strong. It hit me like instantly.
You were
so
tweaking.
I was tweaking the fuck out, and like I'm loading the bar. They were already there doing their set. So I walk in, and the girl that fucking I want to talk to is there. So like immediately I'm like already freaking out. Now I'm in my head. Then I go over and I'm like, all right, now I got to do these sets. So I'm doing these sets, and during these sets I'm thinking like, all right, like I guess I got to talk to her today, or like whatever.
Why are you thinking about that while you're working out?
Yo, because that's how my fucking brain worked up until this point.
No focus.
So then I fucking I do. Who doesn't think about that shit?
Not while I'm benching, bro.
I'm like, hey, 315. But
What's it?
So fucking, I'm doing my fucking rows, and I put the fucking shit down, and she comes right over and asks me how I'm doing, and says she knows who I am. Like, what the fuck?
Probably because you're doing those rows. And
Instagram, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, Instagram, bro. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I had no idea, nor like, there's not an ounce, a percentage, not a 0% that I thought in my head that she would ever come up and talk to me of all people.
There was a
0% chance.
That's this, bro. You don't know
what
what's
you
off
don't.
your radar
Right.
screen.
That's what I'm trying to explain. Like, you have zero idea what can possibly happen. Like, that happened, and I still fucked it up because I was like, you know who I am.
This is my favorite part of the story. Is you reinstating who you are.
Yeah. So she's like,
Hi, I'm James.
she's like, hi, James. It's good to see you again. I'm like, oh, you know. I was like, you know who I am? She's like, yeah. I'm like, what? She's like, yeah. I'm like, you know my name? She's like, yeah. I'm like, how? Then she walks away and she comes back like later, putting the weight back, and I'm like, I'm talking to her. I'm like, she says a couple things. She's like, hi, I'm Jess. She introduced herself. My dumb ass is like, yeah, hi, I'm James. She's like, I know. I'm like, but how? Like, the only interest I have is like, how do you know who I am? When like for a whole week, I'm like, oh, I just really want to talk to this girl and tell her my name 4 times, I guess. Like, what the fuck?
This fucking guy, bro.
But
this podcast has some funny shit in it, bro.
But you know, it's like, because you literally don't know, and that was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But that gave me the ability to understand that, like, the way I was thinking,
Thoughts matter. Fucking.
that your thoughts matter. Like, those people that were looking at me in the club that could have been thinking, like, look at how sweaty he's, like, damn, that nigga can really dance, or
That's what
damn,
you
he's
should have
fly
been.
as hell. You know what I mean? Like, the possibilities are endless because you don't know what you don't know, so you don't
But you're
hinder
the one
yourself.
creating your thought process.
Yeah, I know.
You are
I
doing
know.
it.
Don't hinder your own self.
Well, yeah, that's how, like right there. You just said when you're in the club and you're thinking this negative way. There's so many relationships and so many opportunities of meeting new people you could have if you just viewed it differently, but you viewed it as in these people
You
are
viewed
looking
it
at
as
me
a bad
funny.
thing,
So
you got a bad thing.
Yeah, you got self-conscious, or you said it like you were looking at them like, oh, fuck you, what are you looking at? Like you just had a negative viewpoint on it, no matter what it was. So yeah, sick, dude. Crush that during podcast, whatever. So you just you didn't allow yourself to have any sort of opportunity to build a relationship, whether it be with a female, whether it be a male as a
were
friend.
Consistently just counting yourself
And
out.
this is what fucking people do all the time because we're just
they don't
we're
realize
programmed to be like, if someone's looking at us, it's something negative. And we're like, yo,
But
fuck
they
this
don't
pussy.
realize
What do
it,
they
bro.
want? Like,
That's why you're scared to just say hi to people.
oh yeah, fuck yeah.
If you make random eye contact walking through the store, you just bump into somebody or near somebody, like people
It's
can't
instant,
even
like-
say hi to anybody anymore because they're so self-conscious in thinking that it's going to be a negative experience because it's somebody that they don't know and that they're already being judged by that person.
Exactly.
That's what they're
We're just-
fucking thinking
we're
in their
just
head.
fucking programmed
That's
that.
why it's fucking just this miserable fucking world. It's insane, bro. Like this is the thoughts I think. I love you guys. I do because I can actually talk to you guys. I don't give a fuck if these people get it or not. But we're trying to help you. We're fucking teaching you some shit. And dude, once you get on this shit, like life just becomes so enjoyable because it's predictable.
And this is where
because it's basic shit.
and that's
It's fucking basic shit.
and that's why that's why I made one of my critical tasks to give 3 people compliments, because I don't ever go out of my way to talk to people. It's usually totally vice versa, and usually I was always the person that had like a chip on my shoulder. Like if you're looking at me, like I was like, you motherfuckers want to fight. Like that was just,
Yeah, like
'cause I was
what
so
are you
angry.
judging me
Yeah,
for?
'cause I
But
was
they are
always-
judging you because you know they're fucked up.
Well,
but it doesn't serve you
They
to
could
think
be-
that.
but they could be looking
so
at
that's
me-
what I'm saying. It doesn't matter if people are doing this.
Well, look at it this
because
way,
most
bro.
people are.
When I'm talking about this, I'm talking about mainly, say, in the gym atmosphere or out in public atmosphere where people are looking at me, and I used to be a fucking 265 pounds. So like in the gym,
Why do we have an alien at the table?
in the gym, dude, I look at him, I'll be like, I'm gonna fucking punch you in the face. You keep looking at me,
Yeah,
but then
facts.
those fuckers would come up to me later on, or it might take a couple weeks.
Bro,
if I didn't push them away with the vibes I was giving them, and it was usually a compliment like, "Yo, dude, you're fucking big. Like, what do you do to do that? Whatever." So
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh man, I'm over here wanting to eat your face off because you're looking at me a certain way, and you're just fucking think I look good."
Let me say something about this. I was in the gym. I think I was was I working out alone? Was this literally? Yeah, I guess. I think it was yesterday, or maybe you guys were there. I don't know. Doing something in the gym, and a new person that I'd never seen in the gym came in. Bigger dude, taller. I think I was working out with you that day, but I was somewhere else. And remember the kid that asked me about my tattoo?
Yeah, I did remember that.
But so he walked in, so newer kid. We never seen that kid.
I'm trying to think of who it was, but I remember seeing him like, oh, why are they talking?
And
but
yeah.
But I saw you like
the
talking
other
about
day.
the tattoo.
Yeah. But so he came in, and I'm not gonna lie, like in my past, same way. I used to fucking judge people. I used to fucking look at them a certain way. I used to think a certain way about it. And he came in, and I was just like, oh, he looks like a cool kid. Like, it just completely different thought process because I've changed my thought process. Yeah. So I had a good thought process about it. And we haven't had too many new people in the gym. We just about know everybody. We've seen everybody. We've set it up. Some people like talking to us. Some people just fucking like doing their shit, you know? Whatever. So this kid I just had like a normal, good thought process about. And it's the first time we've had new people in the gym in a while. And I just... out the gate had a good thought process about him, and then shortly after, the kid's coming up to me complimenting my tattoo and asking me who the artist was and talking to me about certain shit about it, and I was like, oh, this kid's cool as fuck. Like, see, I had a good fucking thought process. Bro, I had a good fucking experience. And it literally is just that simple.
I guarantee you guys made some sort of eye contact, and you gave him, instead of like, in my situation where I'm so used to just giving people like a me mug, like you were fucking, the energy, you gave him a smile, so he felt comfortable going up and talking to you. To whereas in my past, I was so dialed in on someone's looking at me a certain way, so like I'm fucking, I just want to fight them. People look at me like, yo, I'm unapproachable. I've gotten that a lot too. Like once people get to know me, they're like, bro, you were like I didn't think I could ever talk to you, but really like you're a very happy person. Because I was always like, if I talked to you, I'd always be someone in a good mood, even when I was going through my shit.
They just judged you so deeply.
But they judged me because of me, because I looked so angry. But it doesn't
matter, though. That's what I'm saying. No matter what, it doesn't matter what that person looks like, what that person is admitting. It's your thought process that matters. Because if your thought process is good about everybody, and that's just you. Because how you do one thing is how you do everything. Once your thought process is there, the law of attraction, the universe, God will only deliver those good
the more
people.
Exactly.
So that's it. It doesn't like you'll never, you know, you don't even have to think about what you're about to say.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Facts. You feel it? You feel it? You feel it?
I feel it. I'm ready to go to the gym right now.
I'm fucking.
It's arm day.
I'm ready to shred shit, dude. This is first arm day back with no fucking rap.
Oh, no vagina. You didn't answer my question on Snapchat, bro. I had the perfect fucking question to line you up to call you pussy. Remember when you said, because you hit your shit when you're rolling on your arm, so you're bleeding. So I was like, yo, what is that? I was hoping you said like my scar, or whatever the fuck you're gonna say. I was gonna be like, oh, I thought it was your pussy. My bad. Because you sent it because you're bleeding.
Dude, when you said, what is that? I'm like, is this kid fucking retarded?
Dude, I was like, please answer. And I just realized you never answered. I wanted to call you.
Fucking retard, bro.
I wanted to call you.
I didn't know where that was going, but I was like, I read that and I'm like, fuck this shit. I'm like, look at, I got shit to do.
Dude, I was just gonna say dumb shit anyway.
Of course. See, I had good fucking thoughts, so I avoided that fucking shitty experience. Oh, fucking love it. But all right, guys, you know the plugs, they're in the fucking bios, but it's Andy Danchuk.
Yeah. Okay, cool, they're in the bio.
It's Andy Danchuk, OneOOnebrand at gmail.com, OneOOnebrand Instagram, _boy fry golden.
Whoa, what? It's the _boy. That's the new fucking name, I guess.
That's the new name. Underbad.
The boy. No longer golden at fry.
It'll never come up on Instagram.
I said golden fry.
The golden fry? What is this, McDonald's, you motherfucker?
That's actually pretty good.
The golden fry.
The golden fry. And then you got fucking wannabe Justin Bieber, Jack Flames.
Oh shit.
Alright, people, we love you.
You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different? Man, you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get it. It's impossible, it's not probable, you're irresponsible. Too many obstacles, you gotta stop it, yo. You gotta take it slow, you can't be a pro. Don't waste your time no more. Who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? I don't give a damn if you say you disapprove. I'm gonna make my move, I'm gonna make it soon. And I'll do it cause it's what I wanna fucking do. Cause all these opinions and all these positions, they come in millions. They blocking your vision, but no, you can't listen. That shit is all fiction, cause you hold the power as long as you're dreaming.